2020 has been a difficult year for all of us. The challenges of real life and social media combined can cause us to have moments we might later regret. For today's segment of Centers Solutions COVID Edition, I spoke with our mental health experts from Centers for Children and Families, Chrissy Edwards and Melanie Size, about how to understand anger and manage it by learning how to express these intense emotions in a healthy way.
I think 2020 has brought up a lot of new reasons for us to experience intensified anger. And the fact that we have social media and we're able to read a lot of comments, and there's so much conflict out there. We just came out of a period of quarantine, and now, especially in our area, we're seeing our numbers go up with COVID. So we have a different set of circumstances that can bring about all of this huge range of emotion, and anger is absolutely the top of that. So finding ways to cope with that anger is essential at this point.
One of the first things that we need to remember is that anger is a natural, normally occurring emotion. It's one of the first emotions that we recognize even at a very young age. It's like happy, sad, glad, mad, right? So being angry is just one that we identify. And it's not always about being angry. It's about being frustrated, embarrassed, afraid, some of those things. So what we always try to tell people is, even while it might come out as anger, what we need to learn to do is dial it back and figure out what's really going on with us. And then, if it is anger, and then try to help find a normal or a healthier expression of that anger than just screaming or hitting or throwing or just kind of being overbearing.
Edwards says that if you don't have a healthy outlet for your anger, it can build up and build until it explodes. She explains it like a balloon. A balloon only holds so much air, and if you don't release some of the air, it will pop. One of the biggest steps towards managing your anger is realizing when you need help before you hurt someone or yourself.
If being angry has turned physical for you, whether you're hitting another person, kicking your dog, hitting a wall, if you've ever been, arrested for being violent, if you've ever lost a job or lost a relationship over, whether it's just, like the verbal side of anger, that you're just always putting somebody down, or you're yelling or cursing at them or whatever. If that has gotten to that point, you really need to get help.
Anger can manifest in different ways and triggers the body's fight or flight response. When someone is angry, their brain turns blood away from their gut and towards the muscles in preparation for physical exertion. Then your heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing increases. Our experts say that there are signs that come with this reaction that can help you control your emotions to avoid health problems such as insomnia, depression, and headaches, along with more dangerous long-term effects caused by anger like a heart attack or stroke.
Where do you feel it? Does your stomach get tight? Do you find yourself clenching your hand? Are you gritting your teeth? Are there maybe precursors to an anger explosion? And then we start talking to them about how to handle it. And people love whenever they finally have the ability to say, I recognize it before it happens. Because many times they're like, I don't even know how it happens. I'm just all of a sudden screaming or throwing things. So when we can take them and back it up, and say, you actually do have signs before this happens, and we're going to help you discover what those are. And we're going to help you discover your triggers. We're going to help you discover your physiological symptoms. So when you start finding yourself clenching your teeth or gritting your teeth or clenching your fist, or your stomach is hurting, that is a sign that we need to put an intervention in place.
Edwards says that anger management is taking ownership and control of your reactions and expressing them in healthy ways. Our experts say that if you feel out of control, walk away from the situation and cool down. You can do something physical, such as going for a run or playing a sport or even taking a walk. Our experts also say it's important to lead by example and teach children the skills to identify the root of their anger.
You want to equip your kids with an emotional vocabulary. We don't want them just to be able to say, I'm mad, or I'm glad, or I'm sad. We want to say, I'm embarrassed, I'm afraid, I'm lonely. It's, help them figure out what it is that they're actually feeling, so it doesn't have to fall in the category of being angry, that I've lost control. So let your kids know what they can do with their anger. I mean, if you will allow a slamming of a door, let them tell them, You can't slam it, but if you need to slam your door, or if you need to yell in a pillow, or if you need to go outside and hammer a nail into a piece of wood, pull it out and hammer it, go ahead. We want you to know that it's okay to be angry. What's not okay is maybe the aggressive acts that come with being angry.
And we want you to know that you are never alone. If you need help, you can always call the Emergency Crisis Hotline. That's available 24/7. We have that number right here on your screen. It's 844-420-3964. And during the month of June, Centers for Children and Families is offering the first visit free to anyone needing help. And through this pandemic, they are also offering any first responder or medical worker battling COVID-19 on the front lines their first 2 sessions free. And for more contact information and a link to the full Center Solutions podcast to learn more about managing anger and how to reach out to your loved ones, head to our website, yourbasin.com. There you can hear more from our experts on suggestions for anger management.